in a very vigorous way. Therefore, we have to define spirituality and corporeality in a simple way. You think about the 10, it's spirituality. You think about yourself, regardless of what, how exalted it might be or whatever, that's called corporeality. It can't be that I'm in order to bestow if I have a thought about myself. Yeah?
There's
an excerpt from It Is Not Time to Harvest Crops. Maybe we should read all of it. It is forbidden for the individual to come out of to exit the collective and ask for himself, even to bring contentment to his maker, but only for the whole collective, because one who comes out of the collective to ask for his own soul specifically does not build, but rather ruins his own soul. As it is written, anyone who is proud, for there is no because you cannot come out of the collective without being pride, and woe unto him, for he ruins his soul. He causes destruction to his soul. And when a person prays personally, individually, against his will, he causes ruin on his soul. And there was no awakening to anyone in Israel to ask for anything in person, because no one needed anything, because they didn't feel in themselves as their own personal selves. And this was their power to come out of Egypt with a mighty hand. And every person should gather with all his might into the whole of Israel, in every plea to the Creator, in prayer and work, and include himself in the root of all of Israel. Rav. Also, normally we want to feel how we felt then, how it was back then, and that is incorrect. We have to want the Kli. We work from the perspective of the Kli, and the light that appears in the Kli is felt according to the impression of the Kli and not the power of the light. We never check the light, we never see, we never feel, we never nothing. We only measure the Kli. Even the lights that fill the Kelim, we mark them with letters. Yud, Ke, Hey, Chochmah, Chasadim. These are all forms of the Kli. And therefore, we must always yearn not the feeling that we had, but for the state when we were connected, and even more than that. So we need to think about the connection, the power of connection that gave us this feeling. Because the Creator doesn't enjoy our impression and excitement, but our connection. We have to bring Him a Kli. And the filling comes from Him. So when we think about ascents and descents, about all kinds of states, we need to measure them and talk about them only from the perspective of nearing or moving away from each other, and not about what I felt, how impressed I was. No, how closer, tighter I was, more yielding. This is how we measure our level. These points are very important. They are crucial, essential. They're the difference between Klipa and Kedusha. In the beginning, it seems like, oh, right, so there's a slight difference between them. But in truth, it's like in a junction, you can turn in the complete opposite way, 180 degrees the other way around. In one place, when you're in one place, the change isn't really felt. But once you start moving, You see you're moving in the opposite direction, and that's it. So it's very important to measure these points. Always think about the essence of the connection between us, and not about how do you feel. That you're excited about the connection, and not about what fills us, some spirit, some air, some feeling. Aim yourselves to be impressed by the measure of connection, dedication to the group, and so on.